Hi there, and welcome to the Advanced Apps section. In this section, we're going to look at a little bit more complex applications that are used in the real world. To start with, we're starting at where we left off in the last episode with a guestbook application. The difference from this guestbook is that this guestbook is based on a Helm chart. And a Helm chart is a system that allows us to template a bit of the files needed for Kubernetes. If we look at the configuration file for this application, we can see that there's a Helm chart sections in the configuration. In order to use Helm charts, there's a number of key files involved. The high-level application manifest is called chart.yaml. It specifies the application high-level properties. They have a values file that says all the settings and the default values. And we have templated out deployment files and service files, where instead of having everything hard-coded, we have basically values read from the values files. If you look at application that is a bit more of interest, then we can look at Machina, or Jupyter Hub, as it's also called. Jupyter Hub is an application where we do most of our data science, and it's based on Jupyter Notebook and comes in a few different flavors. The Jupyter Hub version basically spawns up new Jupyter Notebook servers on the fly as they are needed. And the user interface looks very much like Jupyter Notebook or new Jupyter Lab if you're more used to that user interface. If we look at application in Argo CD, we can see the architecture of the application, where we enter the application from the cloud, we go through a load balancer, and then we go into a system of a proxy and accessing the hub or user-based pods that are running in the background. Since this application is so important for us, it's important to measure all the key metrics for it and know that everything is working as it should. So we use monitoring of the application, and monitoring is provided by a system called Prometheus for Kubernetes. On the high-level system, we monitor CPU usage and memory usage, which is the high-level metrics that shows that if something goes wrong based on just purely performance-based metrics. However, the low-level metrics are more of interest when it comes to both logging in and to starting up servers. For that purpose, we have a very specialized active monitoring tool called Thor. And Thor is essentially simulating real users. So it goes in as a user and logs in. And here we are interested to see that we can actually log in and no errors occurs, which would show up on the right-hand side. We're starting up servers. And here, when we're running data science jobs, it can be quite substantial size of servers. And we want to know that these start up in a sensible fashion. So we can see that it's between 20 and 30 seconds at the moment to start up a server. Then once we're into the Jupyter Notebook, we're starting up kernels and we're executing code. These are also just measures that should be pretty fast, and we should make sure that there are no errors. And then finishing off by shutting down the kernel and stopping the server. This hub traffic system delivers all the metric in a push fashion, while Prometheus is in general a scraping system that is a pull system. So in order to bridge that gap, we use a push gateway. So the hub traffic system that powers Thor submits the data over to Prometheus push gateway, which looks like this. It essentially just holds values for a while until Prometheus goes and scrapes and captures the values. And finally, as a summary, we can see the different applications we talked about up until now. We have the new guestbook, we have the Helm guestbook, we have Machina or Jupyter Hub, And we have Prometheus as a monitoring solution with the push gateway as a helper application. And this concludes this section as of now.